Yo, what's up guys, welcome back. So new Centur-Ion cards, they were revealed yesterday for Rage of the Abyss, OCG set, new OCG set. A couple of new cards, they are interesting, they have potential. So a new level 4, Camellia probably is how you pronounce the name. It's very similar to, I think it's Fire King Arvata, monster effect negation, but instead of that monster effect, your opponent is forced to put a Centur-Ion monster to the spell and trap card zone, so either from field or from grave. So that kind of makes it so that you can do your combos unharmed or prevent them from being hand trapped. So looking at monster effects, right? So Ash, for example. So it only works, and that's important, when your opponent activates a monster effect as chain link 2 or higher. So let's say if I use the field spell, this card your opponent activates Ash, chain link 2. I could potentially use level 4 and then, reset itself face up in the spell and trap card zone, for example. So that's okay. That's definitely an option. But the problem is that it doesn't negate. Well, it can negate Nibiru if your opponent is not reading the cards. They can just open window, use Nip, not as chain link 2, and then your new level 4 will not be able to negate it. So that's a big bummer. That's a big bummer. But the other support is they also got a new level 8, and that's important because the new level 8 is also a tuner. You could potentially go for Tzolk'in as well, Ultimaya Tzolk'in, but the fact that now, and you'll see multiple times when you're getting hand trapped on double level 4, which in normal situations you would end up going for Baguska Pass, you can still extend, because again, the archetype got this new level 8. So standard plays. The new level 4 is also a Pyro, so it's searchable off of Bonfire. Only as a one-off in the deck, maybe you could even drop the Bonfire from the main deck. There's just no space. So the Bestials are there, again, good in the current format, and of course they are extenders. So the new level 8 is a tuner, it searches any emblema card. So there's two. So there is the Yugioh, I guess that's the name. Immediately upon activation, let's say you can put the Centur-Ion from your deck, face up in the spell and trap card zone. Or there is also a new one, which is basically a quick play interruption, which is fine-ish, just an extra search target, right? If you already have used Oath during your turn. So this is kind of fine. You have the, Crimson play during their turn. You have a Bestial follow-up play. You're playing so many hand traps because, again, they also got a new tuner in Infinite Forbidden, I think. Which lets you draw a card once per turn, basically. So, this deck has the capability to draw 1, 2, or even maybe 3 cards if you count in the Bestial engine during both players' turns. So, increasing the chances of drawing into hand traps. And this is fine-ish. We can prevent the Fiendsmith combo by going for Druid's Worm, banishing the Lurien, and get a draw. That's fine. Draw, but draw is already activated. Yeah, it has already been activated. So this is fine. There is only one monster effect negation, and we can just bypass that with Cosmic Blazar or whatever, right? Yeah. I was about to say equip during the end phase, but we put something face up in the spell and trap card. So we can negate Yubel. That's fine, though. We are not using the Little Knight. Instead of using Little Knight, we use Druid's Worm to force out the Yubel. So we can still attack, at least attack directly, and again, standard plays. True Dea is still so important. Put the Primera or the new one into the spell and trap card zone, and potentially go from there. The token generator, again, potential Nibiru follow-up if your opponent does have Nibiru, so that's still important. Plus this, right, this combo of banish it from the graveyard to send the trap, banish a trap to reborn level 8, and so on. More examples. So, this is the opportunity or the situation where you're getting double hand traps. So, True Data getting negated, that's, pretty much always going to happen. Oath follow-up for Primera, and Primera also getting hand trapped. But the beautiful part now is no Baguska, but you can go for the level 8. And already used Oath, so you can search the other emblema card, which again, basically an interruption, or discard Father if the other 2 cards in your hand are much better. So search field spell, because I think the field spell is better in this situation. You're not overextending, I think, into Nip. I think so, right? I hope. Probably. I mean, yeah, now that I think of it, I should be checked that if this was summon number 5 or higher. Probably. Anyway, so getting the field spell during their turn is important. Crimson for an Omni Negation, I guess, plus Droll. So that's powerful. That's really powerful. Poplar, again, getting Drolled, so no search. We indeed negate the wanted search, so no Diable Star. I still have the Omni Negation with Cosmic Drolls in effect, so that's fantastic still. We negate the monster summon, you know, no Hita, no Promethean or Zealantis shenanigans. And now we can follow up, right? Yeah, this should be more than enough. Yeah, Primera for search them, you know, the token summoner. What is it, level 8 probably? Yeah. Oh, speaking of the level 8, like the extra deck, you have space in the extra deck. You could potentially go for like a Selene package with the Dark Charmer and Access Code Talker. Should you be running more of the level 8s? Like, I think maybe one of the new level 8s is fine. Maybe for follow-up plays. I think it's okay to maybe run a second one in the extra deck. So again, that's definitely an option. So this is again more than enough to deck for a game. Here, this is fine. Like, if your opponent has Ash or Veiler, there are ways to potentially negate it with Camellia. So Trudeia, go for Primera, try to search a field spell, Ash is getting negated. Put, what is it, Camellia, I think, in the spell and trap card zone? Yeah. So search field spell, use field spell, discard, use a snip, go for the level 8, make it level 4, no, go for the level 12, yeah. So get back the, what is it, Gargoyle, I think? It's getting banished by Druid's Worm. That's a bummer because I'm not running the other level 8. So getting it back, I think, with Dispater or something like that. So Druid's Worm connects, Magnamut as well. We use the Quick Play spell to, you know, put everything in the spell and trap card. So because with the field spell, we should be locked up during their turn. We are definitely ashing that one, and as soon as I have the opportunity, dropping Camellia to the field. So again, as soon as your opponent is using monster effects as Chainlink 2 or higher, we can negate that one. So let's see, a couple of options. Okay, yeah, because I sacrificed my level 12 Synchro because of the Lupelion, I'm not able to go for a Crimson. That's a bummer. I mean, you're kind of giving yourself a couple of draws still, plus you still have a potential level 10 Synchro play. Or even level 12, but not the Crimson line. So go for the... at level 10, I mean, in full effect, right? Because I used both light and dark, so that's nasty. It's unaffected by monster effects. I'm not sure if it mattered. It could have mattered. I mean, yeah, maybe. Like for next turn, if I survive, so okay, Zealantis affect all monsters are special summoned in defense position, either face down or face up. But it doesn't really matter, right? Because again, the level 10 is unaffected, they cannot be destroyed by battle, and that kind of keeps me in the duel, in all honesty. So getting some small portion of damage, but again, they cannot be destroyed. And yeah, this does it like what are the plays, right? You can go for full Fiendsmith combo. You can put up Epo. Like imagine if you didn't use your whatchamacallit, your Flamebirds, you could potentially put Masquerina there. Yeah, Little Knight, but still the level 10 is still unaffected. I could snipe the Super Poly here, use my priority. Super Poly is disgusting for the deck. I still prefer it. Super flexible card, especially going second, where this deck might struggle into a full field. So again, Super Poly for Mud Dragon is fantastic. So again, Promethean, the Salamandra Great, that's all fine. You know, draw another Super Poly. So go for Dispater first. Super Poly the entire board, and now we can reborn their Little Knight, and this should be exactly game. I think so. Yeah, really nice. So last example going second. And this new support doesn't really change that much for Centur-Ion, other than some other lines opening combo and extending after they used hand traps. But going second, you're still relying on non-engine. So Talents is there, could be there, it's not in the main deck, but you could go for Talents in the main deck. But Super Polys, Nips, hand traps, rolls, etc., those are all definitely needed. In hindsight, I probably should have used Imperm on Diable Star, because now you're giving them basically an extra draw, right? So that's a small error on my part, but Nip kinda saves the day, prevents Promethean shenanigans, etc. So I'm going to lose Nip because of Druid's Worm, but it's fine though. I have a couple of follow-up plays, but this hand is kinda mediocre because already had Trudeia, and there's no other search options for Bonfire other than Trudeia and the new Camellia. So I just search another Trudea for next turn and, you know, sit on Super Poly just in case, because we knew this Fiendsmith engine was still there, and we can just Super Poly that away. So we survive, just in case of failure or imperm or whatever. We indeed want the Trudea to connect. You know, if Primera is getting negated, that's fine, because, you know, we can extend, because again, we now have a level 8 to extend, and the fact that it's a tuner makes it much more busted. So again, normal summon, and we go from there. You know, use Field Spell, and this should be more than enough to attack or establish a board for more negation. So really solid support. But again, like, suggestions are definitely welcome. Okay, guys, that's it. Thanks for watching. Feel free to leave a card or like. If you enjoyed the video, leave them signing out. Peace.